Hello, League. Hello, and welcome back to another recap, another power ranking. I know you're all here. You want to see it. You want to know how your team's looking in the eyes of the commissioner. And I'm going to give it to you. And we're going to start, as always, with the recap. And I got to say, this week, Blowout City. I mean, 111 to 87, 124 to 55, 115 to 99, not that close. 105 to 64, but we start with the king of them all. Gaz's graduation pants 119 to Mooney shot 51.9. And now look, I get it. It's beating a dead horse. We know. We know. Folks. Let's start with the positives. Pat McCann had Lamar Jackson get 42 points. He had his running backs, David Montgomery and James Robinson, get 13 each. He had Evan McPherson get him 13. He had Darren Waller get him 11. Pat had a phenomenal week, 119 points. Everybody showed up. He didn't even have Jamar Chase play that well, and he still put up 119. Scary stuff, good stuff from Pat McCann. You like to see this. On the other hand, Mooney shot. Man, bench's first-round pick. Had one player in double digits. It was his kicker. 51.9 points, 99 total points on the season. Gas. To be fair, Gas has tried to FaceTime me 3 of the last 4 hours, I think. And I haven't been able to answer. I haven't had the courage. I haven't had the mental fortitude to answer. It's a bad week. It's a bad week. Moving on to another bad week. We go on to the Battle of Hoboken, Part 2. The Carter, John Toohey versus Andrew, African Americans and Mark. I will say this for Andy. 64 points is bad. Coming off of 59 last week is really bad. He managed to get out of Jerry Jeudy, Trey Lance, and his defense 3.8 points. You would expect that to change. But once again, Alvin Kamara was hurt. He lost a game he really couldn't lose, in my opinion. Andy had a 71% chance to win. He had Mike Williams go off on Thursday Night Football. Tui got nothing in a juju on Thursday Night Football. It was there for the taking. I mean, Tui had a good week, 105.8. It wasn't, insurmountable, but Andrew it wasn't even close. Lost by 40. Falls to 0-2. Item bag advances to 1-1, 105 points. Derek Carr had a good game. Aaron Jones showed up. DeAndre Swift showed up. The back-to-back running back picks for Tui paying off big. The wide receiver is going to be a work in progress. He had 65 total yards from his wide receivers this week, but they both got 2 of them at touchdowns, so that'll work. 15 points from San Fran Day. Tui puts up 105, gets a much-deserved win, a much-needed win, advances to 1-1. Next, a very strange blowout here. I got to admit this. I thought Stokes was going to win. It's Stokes versus Kyle. Tucker in the waistband versus now here's a guy. Both teams end up 1-1 after this week. Kyle had some action in 2 of the craziest games I've ever seen. Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals going against the Raiders, and then Tyreek Hill on the Miami Dolphins against the Baltimore Ravens going against Kyle's own team. Kyle, tough week, but for your Ravens. But Tyreek Hill went off. Rashad Bateman had a good game. Even McCaffrey couldn't get it going against the Giants defense. Still had 12 points. Rashad Penny was a non-factor, but it didn't matter because he had Kyler Murray and he had Tyreek Hill combined for 58 points, and that's going to do you wonders. On the other hand, Stokes, just a really weird week. Nobody over 12.06 points, which was his high score, and Russell Wilson. Other than the next highest scorer was Denver defense with 7. Just a bad week, a weird week, a strange week. I expected to be a lot better. He didn't have Gabe Davis, but it wouldn't have really mattered. He lost by 70. Again, I think Matt's team is still really good. Just a bad week. The Indianapolis Colts, they don't play football until Halloween. So, you're 1-1. You move on. Kyle, 1-1. Impressive fashion, I might add. advances as well. Now, here's a game that was close last night. There were two that were close last night. I'm going to start with this one. Chiquita Banana versus Sally Stubbs. Luke had like a 25% chance to win this game, and then Josh Allen just put his dick on the table. Josh Allen went out there, and he just threw touchdowns to Stephon Diggs. Luke got fucking 63 points out of Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. 63. That is more than Gas has averaged tenfold this season. I'm not trying to pick on Gas here. I'm here to tell you the recaps. But, I mean, I know I said last week Luke's team's top heavy. Who gives a shit? It's top heavy because it's fucking good. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers top heavy. I mean, they score all of his points. The Cortland Sutton had 12.7, which was fine. Everybody else on Luke's team, pretty irrelevant. I mean, they were fine, I guess, to a degree. Gerald Everett had 71 yards. Everybody else is pretty average. It was those three got him 74 of his 115. I mean, that's how you win. That's how you win. Sal, a tough draw here. He puts up 99 points. You always say you get to 100. I say 2 out of 3 times you win. This is one of those 3 that you don't. Aaron Rodgers played better. Cooper Kupp was Cooper Kupp. Terry McLaurin had a pretty decent game. Christian Kirk had a great game. Zeke, I'm not so high on Zeke. I don't know if he's going to really be that guy. Tampa Bay with Leonard Fournette, huge question mark. But Sal puts up 99. You can hang your hat on 99. You're not going to go to bed pissed at 99. You just got to tip your cap to Josh Allen and to Stephon Diggs for absolutely just shit pumping your team, because he's going to do it to everybody. So it's okay. It's okay, Sal. Next, another close matchup going into last night. The Chosen One versus Sunday Cookout. Now, look, Tom put up 87 points, but I think Tom has a good team. He put up 87 points, but Joe Burrow, Mike Evans, Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook, Travis Kelce really didn't do shit. I mean, between them, I count right now 22, 27, 30, 35 points between those 5 guys. And again, that's Burrow, Evans, Thielen, Cook, Kelce. They're never going to do that again this season. And he still put up 87 points. So he's got Jalen Waddle, who is looking like a cheat code. I really like Tom's team. Just a tough week going up against the Chosen One, who has, Jalen Hurts. And Jalen Hurts right now is running the show. Jalen Hurts at 34 points. Nick Chubb had 29 points. He got 11 out of Allen Robinson and 11 out of Ryan Suckup. It was all he fucking needed. I mean, my God. That right there is 83, 84 points from 4 players. Everybody else didn't show up. Nobody else had to show up. It didn't matter. Derrick Henry only had 8.5 points. Didn't matter. He put up 111 points. Jalen Hurts went off. Allen Robinson went off. Nick Chubb went off. Nick Chubb, though, should have went down. Maybe if he knew how to do that, they'd have a win. But he ran into Joe Flacco, elite Joe Flacco, and they lose. So, Dylan's happy about Nick Chubb. The rest of Cleveland is not. Last but not least, a matchup of 2 Jet fans, 2 friends. Michael was mad at me last week, and I was going to not put this one last, but it was the only close matchup of the week. Michael gets 102 points. Look, Amon-Ra St. Brown, holy shit. I mean, my God. He is shaping up to be Cooper Kupp 2.0. The man is unstoppable. He's unstoppable. 116 yards, 68 rushing yards, 2 receiving touchdowns. He's Deebo Samuel on steroids. I don't know what to do with that. I don't know how I beat Russell with that going on. But I'll take it. I'll move on. Russell got 17 out of Mahomes, which wasn't much. Devontae Adams came back to earth a little bit. Michael Thomas had 12.5. Michael Thomas is looking like another steal. But Mike really got nothing out of his running backs. Eckler got 9. Michael Carter got 5. Buffalo D got him 20, which made this game fucking close last night. But 102 for Russell is not enough to my 107. I got 24 from Herbert. Pretty balanced week. I got 26 from Tampa defense, which is never going to happen again. My wide receivers were quiet, but it didn't matter. I was able to get a win, get 2-0. Russell falls to 1-1. So that's your recap. And now the power rankings that truly bring me no joy to do. Last year, I had 2 unnamed members of the league hounding me for recaps and power rankings. This year, I can't seem to find those same requests. I wonder what happened to them. But as your commissioner, it is my duty to do this, so I will. Coming in at 12. Christopher Michael Cazzero. Now, Chris, I want to rank you higher, but I can't. You got 99 points. You're on pace for 700 points, which is 300 shy of Tui with an extra week. Man, what happened? Led the league in scoring last year, Gaz. It's tough. I'm upset. But there's still time. Find a way. You can do it, Gaz. I believe in you. And number 11 is the person who is happiest. Gaz has a horrible team, Andy, because Andy is skating by scot-free. Now, Andy somehow only has 13 points this season, but nobody's paying attention to it because Gaz is posting James McCann numbers. 123 points for Andy. I apologize. But Andy is currently my 11 team. Coming in at 10, and now look. 10-3, you could flip-flop. I'm dead serious. I don't think there's much difference between any of these teams. I think these teams are fucking in the thick of it. Even though he won this week, I have John Tui at 10. Now, Tui moves up a spot. Again, just don't take too much. Like 10, again, you could be 3 next week. It's the NFL. Anything can happen. I'm just going off of what I think the rosters look like at this stage. So even though Tui won this week, I'm putting him at 10. He's got 174 points, which is, he's barely, averaging like 86, 87. So I got Tui at 10. At 9, I have Sally Stubbs. Now, Sal, again, hasn't had really bad weeks, but hasn't really had a great week either. Sal falls a spot to number 9. Tui at 10, Sal at 9. 8, and this one's going to get some heat. I got Pat McCann. Pat should probably be higher, but I just didn't find the team to put over him. Pat had a really good week this week. He's averaging over 100 points a week. He's playing really well. I like Pat's team. At 8, I have to put him because at 7, I have Stokes. And now I know, look, Stokes is, 50 less points than Pat, but I think Matt's team had one of the weirdest weeks of all time. I had him ranked, 2 last week, so I'm not going to drop him down to fucking 10. I got Stokes at 7. Matt's got to obviously have a better week than last week, but I have Matt at 7. At 6, I have Dylan, same spot as last week. I think Jalen Hurts has shown you some stuff. He's ranked, he's 5th in the standings right now. He's had 2 pretty solid weeks. I currently have him as the 6th seed. 5, moving up 2 spots, I have Kyle Carr. Now, Kyle last week didn't have a bad week, but this week had a fucking spectacular week. It deserves recognition. Kyle's team playing a lot better. He did a potentially great job in taking Tyreek Hill in the 3rd round. That's going to probably pay big dividends. Kyle at number 5. At 4, dropping a spot, I have Michael Russell. Now, look, Russell didn't have a bad week. He put up 102 points. He just ran into my team who put up 107. It happens. I could have been 102, and he could add 107. It happens. It flip-flops. It's the NFL, like we just said. Russell's at 4. 3, I have myself. Now, look, I know many of you are going to say, how can you rank yourself 3? Yada, yada. I have 215 points. Justin Jefferson didn't have a game last night because Kirk Cousins was too busy throwing the ball to Darius Slay. I have my team at 3. At 2, I have Tom Gorman. Now, I know Tom is currently ranked 7th. I know Tom has less than 200 points. Tom's team, I can't stress this enough, had 87 points, and his 5 best players barely showed up. Jalen Waddle looks like a problem. Mike Evans is going to be fine. Joe Burrow is going to be fine. Dalvin Cook's going to be fine. Travis Kelce's going to be fine. I can't drop Tom too much. He was my number 1 team last week. He's at 2. And number 1, unquestionably, the best team in the league right now, Luke Bonomo's Chiquita Banana. Look, I said it last week. He was too top-heavy. I said it earlier in the video. He was too top-heavy. He's not. It doesn't matter. Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs stack is looking like a fucking gold mine. If it gets you 50 points a week, you don't need much. You don't need much else. You got what? 8 other players to get you 60 points. Your kicker and defense figure to get you 15. So what? 6 players to get you 45 points. Most teams can do that. Not all. I won't name names, but most teams can do that. Luke in a great spot with those 2. If he gets, anything really big time out of Barkley or Dameon Pierce or any of his other wide receivers, his 3rd wide receiver, Cortland Sutton's looking like a good player. I like Luke's team. I really do. I really, really do. So with that being said, again, the power rankings, 12, 11 Andy, 10 Chewy, 9 Sal, 8 Pat, 7 Stokes, 6 Dylan, 5 Kyle, 4 Mike Russell, 3 yours truly, 2 Tom Gorman, and 1 Luke Botomo. I will be sending out, as always, the reminder text at 9 p.m. about the waivers. Get your waivers in, get your waivers in, get your waivers in. And Thursday, we will have a preview video, as always. Again, thank you for tuning in. Your commissioner here loves this league. I always will love this league. It is very special to me, and I just hope that the teams at the bottom find a way to make it competitive again. I don't want a 10-team league. I want a 12-team league. So with that, I say good luck, and Jets, Jets, Jets.